Hello and welcome to another video. Today I came with my son to a coastline to take some good pictures, hopefully. And in this video I would like to talk about the minimum gears you need for landscape photography. What exactly this is the essential tools that you need to have, and what you can get away without having them. So let's get into this video.
And we're gonna take some photos, and today I think it's gonna be a nice day and a very good day.
Are you excited about today?
Yes, I am.
So obviously the first thing you need is a camera. Which camera? It really doesn't matter. Any camera, modern camera you can pick up for landscape photography. If you want to print big, then you need a camera with a higher megapixel. But if you are not printing so big, so you can get away with 24 megapixel. It can be APS-C, can be micro four thirds, full frame or medium format. It all depends on your budget and your needs. If you want a small system, you want a big system, or also depends on what type of photo you want to take. If you are into night and astrophotography, you definitely need a bigger sensor. Not definitely you can get away with the APS-C as well, but it's better to have a bigger sensors like full frame, because they perform better in dark situation. You get less noise. But nowadays you can remove noise with so many there are so many applications and software that you can deal with noise. Besides landscape, if you do like a sport or events or portrait or macro, that might also affect the camera you'll pick up. But if you're a beginner and you just want to start or you want to upgrade your camera, pick a good camera, but you don't have to go with the highest and biggest and most expensive cameras in the market. That's for sure. How was your day today so far?
Good.
Did you take any pictures?
Only one.
Only
I
one.
forget to take more. But it's no problem.
Do you want your camera?
Please,
It's a little bit windy today, so
yes, it's windy, it's windy, it's windy. I wanted to say in the video, it's windy. And we were starting a little bit there. And there, when we go to here, it was very nice. I think it's a very nice day today, and I like it. You?
I like it too. It's always good to be at the coastline, next to the sea.
Yeah, and in a good nature.
Of course. Right now I'm taking picture of this scene. I'm doing a long exposure photography, so if you want to do that, you definitely need a tripod, that's for sure. But nowadays with the image stabilization and most of the modern cameras and lenses, you probably get away with, especially if you have enough light, you can get away with handheld photography. Actually, in my last video I was doing the whole session and it was in the sunset and it wasn't too much light. I took all the pictures handheld with the image stabilization on the camera, and you can check out this video up here in the corner if you are interested to see some cool images as well. If you want to do some focus stacking, any type of long exposure or exposure blendings, you need to have a tripod. And tripod is something that it's good if you invest in a good one. If your camera is small like mine and it's not too heavy, You can have a smaller tripod or a travel tripod, and they are cheaper, they are lighter, easier to carry with you. I needed to have a tall tripod, that's why I have this one. I also have a video about this tripod, and I explained what I like about this one, and you can check it out as well. Are you tired?
No.
No. Enjoying the sun? Very nice.
No. Where's the sun?
The other good accessory to have is filters. Right now, because I'm at the water, I'm using a circular polarizer to cut through the reflection and see what's underneath of the water a little bit. Also, because I'm doing a long exposure, I'm using a ND filter, which is the ND, it's a ND 1000 biggest stopper. That gives me a long shutter speed during this bright day. So filters are something that you might need, not always, but it's good to have. You can start photography, landscape photography, without filters as well. I found a rock that I have photographed several years ago, 4 or 5 years ago I think, and I really like this scene because it has a good contrast between this round big boulder among all those jagged lines and different shapes of rocks. And back then when I took the initial image, I had a beautiful sky, beautiful sunset, and I included the island and the sky, of course. But today it's blue, it's not much going on in the sky, so I'm just focusing on taking picture of the rocks, and that's it. I'm not including the other stuff like the water or island or sky. By the way, the next accessory you need as a landscape photographer is a camera bag. Yes, that's it. So you need to have a good camera bag to, of course, carry your gears. Everything you have should fit in the bag. Also, it has to protect your gear. So from elements like water, rain, dust, everything, and also it should absorb the impact and protect the camera and gear and lenses. So investing in a good camera bag is a good investment. It also pay attention to the straps. It should be a comfortable bag on your shoulder, especially with all these gears. The bag tends to become a bit heavy, so you need a good camera bag. Last but not least, you need to have a good selection of lenses. I have 10 to 24 millimeter lens. It's a wide angle lens, and I have 16 to 80 millimeter, and then 70 to 300 millimeter. So in full frame terms, my collection starts from 15 millimeter to up to 450 millimeters. It covers the whole thing that I need, the whole focal length that I need. I don't have a macro lens, I don't have a prime lens. I might want to buy a prime lens. It's a Veltrox 30 millimeter f1.4. That's for astro and night photography. That's a brilliant lens. That's on my list, but that's the only lens I'm considering to add to my collection. Besides that, for landscape photography I don't need more. So the whole point of this video is that you don't need too much gears to start up with photography. For landscape photography you can start with minimum. I think the main lens that you might want to consider is something like this 16 to 80 millimeter, 24 to 105 millimeter in full frame terms. I think that's the main lens you should buy if you just starting and you want to buy your first lens. Should be that one. Then of course you can add to your collection later on when you grow as a photographer. So to wrap it up, you need a camera. Doesn't have to be an expensive one. More or less only one lens, 24 to 105 ish, kind of mid-range zoom lens. A good tripod. It doesn't have to be a very expensive tripod. It can be a good one, but not too expensive, I mean. And a camera bag, and polarizer filter, a circular polarizer, and probably ND filters. Should you buy the most expensive camera? Definitely not. No, for landscape photography you don't need to. Even for high quality products and for selling photos or prints, you don't need the high end cameras. You don't need the very expensive cameras. You can get away with something that is decent and not too many lenses and not too many stuff. The most expensive expense that you have to pay in landscape photography is actually traveling expenses. So yeah, if you want to be a landscape photographer, try to go with minimum gears and maximum time in landscape. That should be the main goal for you, especially if you want to start. If you are interested in the camera that I'm using, in my future videos I will talk about my Fuji X-T5 and my thoughts about it. And if you are interested in that, consider subscribing and hit the bell button so you won't miss the video when I upload it. Thank you so much for watching. Here is my son. I'm gonna say goodbye. Wait.
Okay.
Oi! Wow! Careful. Okay. Have a good day.
Goodbye.
Until next time. Bye.
Bye bye. Have a good time.